September 24th. Is that what today is? Monday? 24th? I've been gone all week. I won't tell you about my adventures. I'll let that one go this time. But it was fun. I'm tired. Had to come back to work to get a vacation. So real quick, final day for RSVP for employee recognition. Recognition lunch is Monday, September 24th. Today is your last day to RSVP. Get them in. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. We actually hired a professional instead of me talking. That's it. So, if you plan on attending, please RSVP Tina Schulte. She sent it to her email address. Tina here? Tina? Tina once? Okay. Please, Tim O'Shea, Agent of Change. We don't ever have a lot of change at CDOT, do we? I could probably name about 15 of them going on right now. Right? So it's going to be fun. Why do we resist change? Why do we immediately assume the worst has happened with change? And why do we want to fall on the floor and cry like a toddler? That's going to be his presentation, so it should be pretty fun. I hear he's got a lot of jokes to go with that, so it'll be a good time. Plus, you get good food. It's going to be barbecue, pulled pork sandwiches, cheesy potatoes, baked beans, tossed salad, and 2 homemade barbecues, sauces, so it's going to be fun. Fleet vehicles, fuel cards. Does anybody have a problem with their fuel card? So basically what's happening from my understanding is if you haven't used your card in a while or there's been some fraudulent activity or they feel like there's some, they cancel the card. But they don't tell you they canceled the card. So all of a sudden you go up to the gas pump, put your card in, you're on empty, you're on Lyman, right? Wherever you are, Sterling, Holyoke, Pumpkin Center, any of those locations, and all of a sudden you can't get gas. But you can. How do we do that? Huh? That doesn't work. Use your personal card, turn it in for petty cash or on an employee's expense report. Come back in, we'll get your card, a new card, we'll get it activated and get you going. That's the easiest way to do it. Don't panic. You're not stranded. Just got to use your own card, and we'll get you petty cash or an employee expense report. Parking. How many people park in the visitor center? A visitor's parking? Raise your hand.
Nobody's got it.
Yeah, so that is for visitors. You are not visitors. I love y'all, but those are for visitors. If you come in and let's say you're off on a Friday and you pop in to pick something up, you are probably a visitor, but you can go as long as you're parking and leaving. But if you're in the building and you're working in the building, please do not park your vehicles. Also, if your office is in this building and you're in a construction site, do not park your construction vehicles out there because you're still not a visitor. That is for visitors only. We don't want our visitors to have to walk from all the way in the back. Those are visitors parking only, so please be courteous. Don't let me catch you. I will just give you a big hug and ask you not to do it. No, I probably won't give you a hug. PMPs. Everybody, mid-years are coming, right? So make sure you're talking on your PMPs. Where's Julia? Huh? I have to ask a question. Do we have to fill out all the forms? We have to put notes in, but we don't have to score it, right? Check in. Make sure you talk to your folks, go over their goals, go over everything that's going on. It's important that you meet with them more than twice a year, mid and final. You should be meeting with them during the quarter too. Even though we took those out, you should be sitting down and your staff should know. It's important that they know where they're at, not just at the mid-year or at the end of the year. So make sure you're working with your employees. If you're supervisors, talk to them, let them know where they stand, have good conversations. Why do we do that? Anybody?
No surprises.
No surprises. It's because we care, right? Can anybody tell me the other 4 C's? No, you don't have to, because no one can. Caring, commitment. No, those are good try. That shows you how well you listened to me at the last employee appreciation. I want to thank Carol Parr and the environmental team who paid for the Raptor presentation. How many people attended that? I heard it was pretty cool. Was it? Awesome. Well, when you see Carol, thank her, because those are the types of brown bags we like, and those are the things we bring in. We should be doing more. 4P process. Who in here can tell me what the 4P stand for? So the 4P process, it is a statutory responsibility that we have to kick off a new TIP and STIP for 2045. We're in the 2040 plan right now, so we're going to be creating a new plan over the next year, and you have to go out and meet with every one of your counties and their constituents in their counties. So we've done quite a few. I think we've done 8 or 9 up to this point. A lot of them out east. I want to thank everybody that's been in attendance out in the field, the LTC ops, the superintendents, all the engineering. But the person I want to thank the most is 2 people. Karen Schneiders has really stepped up and planned all these with all the counties. We got 13 counties we deal with, and then Beth has set up a lot of the hotels and everything for us too. It's not an easy process to pick up 6 to 10 people and go out and do a meeting with your county commissioners. So if you've never been to one, they're pretty exciting. You hear a lot of interesting things. You get yelled at occasionally, but typically they're really good meetings to sort of help us set up our next series of projects and where we need to work. So if you've never been to one and you want to know more about it, talk to Karen. Tuesday, 5 a.m. work crews to start on finishing blinds. So tomorrow morning, they're going to be out here working. What we got to do is installing some motors, and we have a couple blinds that didn't fit, so they're going to be working on our blinds and getting those done. These blinds should be up, and like today, it's cloudy. No reason to have them down, right? You can have them up, but when it's sunny and we want to sort of block out the sun and see inside here, that's what those blinds are for. And the last thing I have is we had an employee pass away last night. Jim Stevenson, a TM1 out of the Fort Collins Livermore Patrol. So when you're out there and you talk to him and you see him, give him your condolences. He's a great guy. The teams that you work with often feel the most stress, and sometimes they just need a little extra support from us. If they need anything, maintenance guys, just let us know and we'll support them the best we can. But it's always hard when you lose an employee in your work area. So it wasn't during work, it was off work, but still, nevertheless, it's a loss and it's always hard for the region. So with that, Juliet, anything on the interchange?
Yeah.
Or anything you want to talk about?
So you guys just, we went to Lyman last week for the interchange, and we had a really nice turnout. I think we had about 25 visitors come join the committee, and we got a lot of feedback from them, which was great. We were able to inform them about interchange, but they also gave us a lot of feedback. One of the things that they enjoyed is these stand-up meetings. Thank you, Jared, for taping this. And we're going to try to make sure that they know about these stand-up meetings ahead of time, so hopefully at some point we can get kind of a live feed. We'll see what happens with that. They're really excited to have the employee recognition lunch that's out in Brush. And one of the big feedbacks is that they really want to be part of the group. Sometimes it makes it very challenging when we have 8 a.m. meetings and do things early. Sometimes that can't be avoided, but us as just supervisors or even planners of the meeting, if we could get those started a tad later, even 30 minutes is really helpful for that group. So, but they appreciate all that we're doing to try to include them.
So one thing I forgot to mention is I-25 construction started. That's the beginning of the 7 and 8, so I think that's a good thing that we started. We'll know more on what's going to happen with 5 and 6 after November 6th, I think it is. And if there's any more on 7 and 8. So we're in full mode out there. Construction started. We had to rephase a little bit because of what we're going through. But I think we got a great team. The team's working hard, getting through all the critical issues. And if you see Scott and Chris and that team out there on the grade, just say thank you for getting that started, because you know we all need that third lane. Heather, do you want to say something?
Morning. I'll just add to 5 and 6. We did shortlist 3 contractors, and we'll be sitting through interviews tomorrow. So we've got R.L. Wadsworth and SEMA as a team, Kiewit and Granite. So we are preparing for a successful ballot measure on segments 5 and 6. So we're going to see a lot of construction around I-25, 26 miles over the next, I don't know, 3 to 4 years. So I did want to mention a couple things, a couple people. The hydraulics unit have been working really hard. I know they talked a lot about their 2D modeling, but it's getting a lot of press now with FHWA and everyday counts, EDC, as well as our lean everyday ideas. And so our change management team has gotten hold of it, and so that you're going to be hearing more about that. So that's awesome. It's saving our projects money. We're getting better design, so we're making changes early on to save money in the back end. The other thing I want to give credit to, and I don't know if they're here, is Gina Fox and Keith Wakefield. I know we've talked about e-construction for a long time. I don't think e-construction has fully set sail, but it is coming. But I can say that Gina took a class in GIS. She learned how to program an app in Survey 1, 2, 3. Keith Wakefield took it out in the field, used it, gave feedback, used it some more, gave some more feedback. Amazing how those types of things work. Anyways, our e-construction decided that they really liked that app, and so they're going to actually initiate their program with that application. So kudos to Region 4 to continuing to be on the kind of leading edge and the cutting edge of how the state makes changes and does things better. So credit to those guys. I don't think they're here, but a round of applause for them.
Ryan, did you want to come and talk a little bit more about that? Why don't you come on?
Johnny, since you put me on the spot, can I give you a homework problem to work on there?
Sure.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Call me if you have questions. For real, that's a homework problem. We're doing training here soon, so if you're done here...
I'm done. I'm ready to get solved.
Yeah, it does. I believe it. What Johnny was describing is we work with Federal Highway Administration partners and partners in other DOTs to look at 2D hydraulic modeling. I'll get you right to the conclusion. What we found is over the past year, we've been able to save $4.4 million in project delivery on 44 projects. $4.5 million is a lot of money. And what that's shown is it returns an investment of about $20,000 per hour of staff time invested using this tool. So I think back to General Richard Myers, I was telling Heather this morning, he was quoted last year as saying, innovation isn't about a gizmo or a process. Innovation comes between the years. I think that's exactly what she was describing Keith Wakefield and Gina are doing. And what we're doing with 2D hydraulic modeling is intended to help you all with project delivery. So if we can move some of what we're finding up into the scoping and pre-scoping process, we're pretty sure we've identified 2 other projects where we could have saved up to $4 million each on some of these processes. So we've got a tool in our hands that can be sharp, and if we use it wrong, we'll cut ourselves, but if we use it well, hopefully it'll help you cut your process and speed up your projects, and it'll save us money. As a taxpayer, I appreciate that. Johnny asked me to talk about our class. We've got an hour-and-a-half hydraulic fundamentals class coming up. I've got a homework problem, but don't be scared. We will help you with it. And we're great on a curve, a really big curve. And we're bringing candy, and we've got demonstrations. We've got videos. It's going to be multimedia. And the cool thing is we can take the I-25 team out of the room over here. So come on over to Big Thompson A&D at 11 o'clock, and we'll try to keep you awake, entertained, and informed.
Can we use the rational formula?
No, John, you cannot use the rational formula for that, but thank you for asking.
Current integral calculus on this, though. I did it once. It's difficult. Don't do that. So, is there anything else that anybody wants to mention? New employees, birthdays, exams, anything? Anyone? We don't have any new employees. That'd be the first time. Is there anybody that wants any special announcements? I can pick on somebody. Or I can send everybody back to work. Jared's saying send everybody back to work. All right, well, you guys, oh, hold on, Beth. Oh, the sheet she wants me to mention. 10 years of service. Steve Griffin. Uncle, Deer Trail. Ben Ritano, Greeley. And Miguel Tobler, Fort Collins. 10 years. 15 years. Jose Ruse. Is it Ruse? Sterling East, 20 years. Gerald Atwater, Pumpkin Center, and Bertha Hines. So, anything else? Going once. Everyone have a great week. Enjoy your last part of September. Winter's coming.